Hi everyone, welcome to Workplace Matters with Grace Adage, your HR consultant on workplace issues. Today, we're looking at workplace expectations from new entrants into the workplace, or if you're changing job, what are the employers expecting from you? And on this note, we're going to be focusing on two major aspects of workplace expectation. Number one is workplace values, and number two is workplace culture. Under workplace value, we're going to be looking at 5 tips that employers are expecting to form your values in the workplace. And one of them is honesty and openness. As employees, you are expected to be open and honest and say what you think. However, you should be polite and speak in a way that is considerate of other people's feelings. Number two is self-direction. Employers expect employees to be self-directed. You're always given tasks to do, and they expect you to figure out how you do it. However, I'm using this opportunity to let employers know that as much as you want employees to be self-directed, there's also a place for training and empowerment. When you bring people into your organization, no matter their level of qualification and experience, it is a new working environment, and every employer have their own different culture. So I would expect you as an employer to give them a bit of training so as to integrate them properly into the working culture of your organization. However, employees are also expected to be willing to work hard and show their initiative. Number three, time management. Employer expects you as employees to be able to manage your time. That is why in most job posting you would have it there that you should have time management as one of your skills. If you are an employee and you have never worked before and you do not know how to manage your time, I want you to know that there are various time management techniques and schedules out there that you can use to manage your time effectively. One of them is the Stephen R. Covey time management model, which talks about you looking at what is important, less important, urgent, and not urgent. If you want to go on to that, you can find that clips, you can find it on Google. You can also find it even in YouTube. Go and watch so many videos about time management. And I believe one of these days on this show, we would also talk about time management and how you can effectively make that work for you. And number four is individualism and privacy. It is expected of you in the workplace to be mindful of other people's individualism and privacy. Respect people's personal property, space, and privacy. That is, as employees, you are not expected to discuss salaries with co-workers. Be mindful of that. And number five is self-improvement. Employers expect you as employees to be self-improved. That is, to focus on improving yourself on a daily basis. One thing I want you to know is your career progression is your responsibility. And for employers to be willing to promote you or move you to the next level, you have to show that you are ready for that level. And one of the way of showing is by being open to learning and also daily develop yourself. Now we move to the second point, which is workplace culture. What is expected of you when you get to an organization? Like I said earlier on, every organization have their own culture. However, this is going to be a general overview of workplace culture. And the first part that we want to look at is meeting and greeting. When you walk into the organization in the morning, what do you do when you see your colleague? Do you just walk past them? That is not good enough. As an employee in a workplace, you need to put on your good manners and good attitude by at least greeting people when you see them. When you greet people, it shows that you care about them. And then when you need their help, it's very easy to walk up to them and ask for help. So my encouragement to you out there today in the workplace is when you see people, greet them. And don't just greet them for greeting's sake. I want you to intentionally greet people with care. If you're sitting down and someone walks into your office or into the organization, it is courteous for you to stand up, maintain a good eye contact, and warmly greet them and welcome them. Secondly, teamwork. Teamwork is always in most job posting as a desired skill. And teamwork is something that can be learned even if you do not have it. And under teamwork, you are expected to have respect for everyone. Treat everyone with respect. The way I always say it to people is treat people as you would want to be treated. If you don't want to be ignored, don't ignore people. If you don't want to be talked down at, don't talk down at anyone. So, do not also interrupt when people are speaking. It's part of team respect. Respect people as you would love to be respected. It is considerate to give everyone a chance to share their opinion and ideas without interruption. Show interest in people's work and achievements. Celebrate people. Recognize them so that when your time of celebration comes, you will have someone to also back you up and celebrate you. Offer support if you see your co-worker under stress or falling behind. Offer to support them. Who knows, you might need the same help down the road, and they will be more than happy to provide that support for you as well. Because what I say to people is, what goes round comes round. Try to put the needs of team and organization before your own. Reduce your self-centeredness in the workplace and focus more on teamwork. Socializing in the workplace. Socializing is a normal part of workplace culture. However, you are expected to be mindful of how you socialize in the workplace. Some small talk conversation is expected and demonstrates you care about your colleagues. Pay attention to how others interact in the work environment to determine what is normal and acceptable, especially if you're just starting a new job. There are some acceptable socializing and there are some unacceptable socializing. The acceptable ones are chatting over coffee or lunch break, taking few minutes out to chat with your colleagues when you arrive at the workplace or when you are leaving after the day. However, there are some that are not acceptable. And one of those is talking extensively in the workplace with colleagues over work. And another one is talking extensively with your family and friends over the phone while you are at work. This is not acceptable. You are expected to speak with your family and friends if there is an emergency. However, do not turn this into a habit and always pick your phone in the workplace to talk with family and friends with things that are not related to work. So be mindful of how you use your time and how you socialize in the workplace. Punctuality. You are expected to be punctual. And one of that is, if you're to resume at 8 a.m., it is expected that you are at your desk at 8 a.m. Do not make it a habit to get to your desk at 5 minutes past 8. Create a time technique that would allow you to get to work earlier than your normal resumption time. In this, you would be ready and available to work once the time starts. One thing I want you to realize though is that you signed a contract with your employer to be at work at a particular time. And as people of integrity, you need to honor that time. We understand that things can happen. There might be some unforeseen circumstances that makes you go late to work. However, courtesy demand that you call in and let someone know that you're running late if that happens. Body language in the workplace. There is a range of body language expectations in the workplace. When starting a new job, it is best to be reserved and professional until you get a feel of what is normal and acceptable in your workplace. Maintain good eye contact when talking to people to demonstrate you are listening. And also be aware of your body positioning, such as slouching, crossed arms, and fidgeting that could give the impression of being bored or angry. You do not want to be misinterpreted. Fragrance use. Most companies encourage limited or no use of cologne, perfume, and other scented products due to allergies and sensitivities. Try to be respectful of this. Email, phone, and computer use in the workplace. Remember that your work email and phone is intended for work purposes. Try to avoid using them for personal reasons. Some employers have company policies in place regarding matters like this. Brief computer and phone use for personal reasons is acceptable. However, be mindful not to turn this into a habit. When you have family emergencies, it is expected that you would use phone for personal reasons at that time, especially when you have reasons to call school because your child pickup and location time has changed, or maybe your child is sick. It is acceptable and okay to use phone at this time. However, long conversation with family and friends in the workplace that is unrelated to work is not acceptable. Social media such as Facebook and Twitter are recognized as both professional and social tools. However, for social use or to chat with friends while at work is unacceptable. You can also check with your employers to confirm what your company policies has about this. Dressing in the workplace. It is good to look good. In fact, I tell people, looking good is my hobby. Every workplace has slightly different expectations and policies regarding dressing. In general, when you start a new job, it is best to dress more formally and conservatively until you understand what is acceptable in the workplace. Some organizations have casual Friday, and casual clothing like jeans are acceptable, while some other organizations dress casually every day. Pay close attention to what is normal in your office before taking risks. I will leave you with this today, and I hope that I've been able to give you tips that will guide you in how you behave in the workplace, especially in terms of your workplace culture, values, and also if you're just starting a new job, how you can settle in gradually and be well integrated into the system. If you're an employer watching us today, just to let you know that you can contact Dynamic Resource Solutions Limited for your HR policies and procedures, employee handbook, training, and team building. And our contact information are displayed on the screen. I want to say thank you so much for joining in today. And till I come your way again next week, stay blessed and have a terrific week. Thank you.